Hello everyone, Awkward Comic is back and I'm here with a new figure review. Today, I'm reviewing the Dragon Ball Stars Super Baby 2 from Dragon Ball GT. And I will say, yes, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z. I'm even a fan of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super. I wasn't too much of a fan on GT, but GT did have some really cool characters like the Shadow Dragons, um, Super 17, and I will also have to say Baby as well, because it's very interesting. We got more backstory on a planet that the Saiyans blew up under Frieza's orders, mind you. So maybe Baby shouldn't have been mad at the Saiyans. He should have been more mad at Frieza. But hey, what can you do? But I have to say, this is a really cool figure, and I'm glad I got it. I did do some paint touch up to him because he did have some scuffs. Because what is weird is his head, unlike some of the others who have like a harder plastic, his feels like a softish plastic. So paint rub off on some parts of his face was unavoidable. So be a little careful. The touch ups I did were the red line right there. I thickened that red line and I just went with a metallic blue over his eyes, because to me that is more accurate to Baby, even though they did do animation accurate eyes for him. It's just I remember in some scenes in GT with Super Baby 2 here, his eyes looked more metallic, like a more of a metallic blue. So yeah, but other than that, the rest of the figure is really great. All the details that he needed is there. From his boots to his gloves to his awesome looking vest, even though in the prior stage of Vegeta being morphed by Baby, that looked painful, that this vest was like literally like coming out of Vegeta, like he was growing this vest. And they did a really nice job on the head sculpt. It's just weird that it feels like his head is a much softer plastic. I get it. I would have understand it if it was just for like his hair, which would make sense, because some of the figures they've made, yes, the hair's been like hard plastic, or they have been a little bit softer, so they don't have the issue of breaking. But it's just really weird. Like it feels like his whole head is in that softish plastic vibe. But I can look past it because he's just a really well-made figure. Like, I don't feel like any of his joints are gonna break. I don't feel like any of the ball joint tips on like his wrists and his feet plug onto are gonna snap at any time. He just feels, minus the weird the weird feel of this kind of semi-hard, semi-soft softish feeling feel to his head. Other than that, he's durable. No articulation. His head's on a ball joint, so he can look up and down. His neck is also on a ball joint, but it does have a tendency to get stuck in sometimes. So in some points you'll only get his head to turn. But if you like mess with it a little bit to get it unstuck, you can get the full articulation in his neck. Arms are on a hinge and ball joints, so you can shift them down, shift them up. You can go in and out. He has an upper bicep rotation. He's got the standard double jointed elbow. Wrists are on a hinge and ball joint, and you can maneuver the hinge to either have his wrist go in and out or up and down. He does have a waist joint, not really meant to like turn all the way around, but enough to give you the range of motion of doing this or doing some of the dodge motions that he did in the show. Legs can go in and out. They're also on a hinge and ball joint, so you can lower them down to give him a wider range of outward motion with his legs. He's got a double jointed knee, which is standard for the Dragon Ball Superstar Series figures to have. And his feet are on the same kind of hinge ball joint as his wrists, so you can move his foot up and down, and you can also maneuver it in a way to give him ankle tilt, which is really nice, and which is why I think a lot of people like the Dragon Ball Star figures, because they are a cheaper alternative. They are a cheaper, less expensive version of a SH Figuarts figure. So it's an alternative way of having some characters that probably never had an SH or had an SH, but you just can't afford them. The Dragon Ball Star Super figures will oblige you. Granted, some of them are somewhat out of proportion with how they actually looked in like the show, the movies, and in the video games. One example would be the Cooler you've probably seen on my channel. I like that figure, but I will admit he is a little bit too skinny for who he's supposed to portray, because he's supposed to be a little bit more bulkier, which is why the figure art got that right. And I do plan on saving up to eventually afford to get the figure art version of Cooler, and when I do, I'll probably redo that whole series that I was doing for Cooler on my channel. Anyway, now we can get onto sizing. Cool thing is with Baby here, and with other characters from the Dragon Ball Super Stars line, is some of them scale well with like Marvel Legends. So if you want to do like a cross-dimensional crossover with Dragon Ball and say the Marvel Universe, some of the figures size up pretty well with most. And it also depends on the character. And here he is also with Rocket Raccoon. This is, in my opinion, would be in scale, because Rocket's kind of a small character. What you saw earlier was Ultron. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to grab him and then move him aside. But yeah, I think he sizes okay with Ultron. Who was another character I can size him up with real quick before I end this review? Here he is with Marvel Legends Agent Venom. And I will say, him and Agent Venom size up pretty good. One more comparison. Here he is with a SH Figure Arts Fate Stay Night series. Saber Alter. The version 2, which is the more accurate to the show and better articulation. Yeah, my IC size is fine with her, and why not? Just because. Here he is with Marvel Legends, the first movie Deadpool, from the toolbox of him and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Here he is with Wade himself, Deadpool. Stan, you damn murderer of the mouth. Yeah, that's pretty good. And just because I'm pretty sure she would fight someone like him. Here he is with Captain Marvel. And they actually size up pretty good. They're both... She's just like an inch taller than him, but they are pretty much eye to eye. So yeah, I say they size up pretty well. Just wanted to check one more bit of articulation. Oh, and he does have the standard with most figures in this line. The upper size kind of covering the joint. So, but yeah, that has been my review on the Dragon Ball Stars Super series, Super Baby from Dragon Ball GT. I hope you all like this review, and stay tuned. I have more on the way, as well as more shorts. And as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe to your friends and family, and have a wonderful day. And remember, just because you're an adult does not mean you can't have hobbies like collecting action figures like this and making videos with them. So, just remember that. It's okay to have a hobby that you enjoy and want to share with everyone. Take care.